Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on astral projection or astral travel, and I'm going to be telling you guys all the tips and everything that I've learned about how to astral travel faster, longer, be more successful, more often, and just everything that I can impart onto you guys from what I've learned. So yeah, stay tuned if that interests you. Alright, so if you don't know what astral projection or astral travel is, it's where this is your physical body. We also have a spirit body. You will learn to understand and know this when you learn how to astral project, which I'm going to teach you here right now. So it is where your physical body, you pretty much put yourself into a meditative trance, but you're not asleep, you're awake. And you get to the point where you are so relaxed and so you slow down your thoughts to a point where there's no thoughts, there's no thinking. You are completely meditative and open to just letting your higher self take over. And that is when your spirit body and your physical body, it begins to tingle and then it separates and you are separate from your physical body. And your spirit body is able to go anywhere on this planet, on other planets, in this dimension, other dimensions, past lives, present lives, parallel lives. Go anywhere that you want, learn anything that you want, see your spirit family, your spirit guides, anything. You can literally do anything in this realm. We are limitless beings. We are eternal beings, and your spirit self is our true essence of who we really are. We're just using this body for this time on earth. And when you learn how to astral project, this all becomes so clear to you. So it is mind-blowing, and I just want you to be able to experience this as well, because it has completely altered my entire life, my entire perspective of life, why I'm here, my purpose, just my understanding of this world, completely erasing all fear and just bringing love and excitement to my life. So I hope to be able to help you do the same. So I've been successful with astral projection probably 50 or 60 times. It's not anything crazy. It takes me a long time to do it, usually about an hour to an hour and a half to even be successful. So it does take a lot of my effort and time to get there. So I wish I could do it faster so I could be doing it every single day. But yeah, I've had projections that were just seconds, minutes, and all the way up to hour plus. And I just had some absolutely mind-blowing, mind-bending, just reality-altering experiences. And it's something that you guys should definitely pursue if this is on your heart. It is your higher self calling you to greater things, calling you to a greater understanding. And do not sleep on this. You gotta at least try it a few times. I would say at least get yourself to do it 10 times and your world will be completely changed. Your perspective will be completely changed on life, and you probably won't want to stop after that. I know you're not going to want to stop after that. So, all right. There are quite a few things that are going to help this process be a lot easier for you. First of all, you have to find a flat surface that you can lay on. I would recommend just like one pillow underneath your neck, supporting it, completely comfortable. You have to be literally so comfortable, and you don't want any of your limbs to be like crossed or in a weird position, because if like my shoulder is too high or something, I'll find that it ends up cramping when I'm in this meditative state for a long period of time, and then that will bring me back into my body, into my physical body, and I'll lose the astral projection. So you want it to be completely straight, completely still. You're gonna put a little pillow underneath your neck. You want the temperature in the room to be absolutely perfect. I would say just have a cover over you that's light, not too heavy, because it's interesting when you put yourself into this meditative trance state and you are astral projecting for a while. A lot of times when I come back into my body, it's because my body is overheating and I feel extremely hot. It's almost like this body isn't being used for that time while my spirit body is out. So it's like overheating or whatever is happening. For some reason that happens sometimes. So I usually turn on the fan just a little bit, not too much, because I don't want it to be like blowing me and bothering me that way, but I have just enough, and then a light blanket so that I'm not cold or anything. You want to be a perfect temperature, but also prepared to possibly feel a little bit of overheated when you're astral projecting. So that's why I like to keep the fan on and make sure it's still cool in my environment. And then also, key, I would get AirPods or some kind of earphones, And then you are gonna wanna be playing like binaural beats, maybe a astral projection hypnosis. Right now, my favorite thing to listen to is an astral projection hypnosis video that I found on YouTube. It's an hour and 40 minutes, so it gives me the perfect amount of time to be able to, you know, stay in that state for long enough to achieve my astral projection. And for some reason, when I just listen to the beats, I can't always do it. I have been successful before, but just with the kind of the words in the background, it's almost like enough for my body to stay awake and stay alert, but not too alert. I'm able to tune it out. For whatever reason, that's what's working for me right now. I'm not able to do it with no sound or no binaural beats or no hypnosis. So that is kind of a key factor. I hope that when I get better and I practice more, that I'm able to do it quicker and without anything like that. But right now I do need the assistance. So I'll link down a couple videos below that are my favorite and I've had the most success with. So hopefully those will work for you too. And so I would put those in. You want it to be loud enough, but not too loud, because sometimes when I'm astral projecting, usually when I put myself into the trance, the words go away. But then when I'm astral projecting, sometimes I can hear the words like back in my physical body while I'm trying to like explore the universe and the dimensions and see all these amazing things. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes that'll even bring me back into my body. But I have gotten to the point where I'm getting a little bit better, where I can hear those words and just kind of tune it out and continue my astral projection. So I am getting better and better, and it's not affecting me as much. But I would just kind of put it at a medium level, so it's not too high and not too low, but you do still want to be able to hear it, you know what I mean? So that's important. As well as I like to wear an eye mask. This just helps block out all the light. It completely just allows you to zone in. And also, like, a lot of times you'll be so tempted to open up your eyes when you're astral projecting, because you'll think you're hearing someone like in your house, or like you're hearing stuff, or you want to see, you are so convinced that it's happening here right now in your reality that you're like, I just got to open my eyes to see it. But you just have to realize it's all happening in the astral plane. It feels like reality because it is reality. It's just as real. It's more real than this reality. So yeah, it's gonna feel like it's happening right there in your room, but it's not. You don't need to open your eyes. Don't open your eyes, because it'll literally wreck it. If you even move a finger, boom, back in your body. If you move a toe, boom, back in your body. If you open your eyes, boom, back in your body. I've done it a couple times where I just was so certain that like something was happening in my apartment because I could hear it, or like, you know, I'm seeing this happening in my apartment, and I'm like, I know that this is happening, you know, and I open my eyes and I'm like, ugh, dang it, it was in my astral body. Like, I should have known, like, I know better than this. Like, it's happening there. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that in a good way. But yeah, don't open up your eyes, and the eye mask kind of helps to, you know, lay them flat and remind yourself not to open up your eyes. Another thing that is good is to choose a video that's long enough, because I've made the mistake of choosing like an hour-long video before, and then right as it's ending and I'm astral projecting, it goes into another video which is like extremely loud and obnoxious, or like an ad or something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's so annoying. I literally was there. And I know that you can actually queue another video in line after the video. I just found out that. I know maybe that's like so stupid that I just found that out, but if you are choosing like a shorter video, maybe you can queue a video that's very similar or with like binaural beats after that. That way it can just continue into that, as long as there's not the ads and you have premium, you know what I mean? But if you don't, then I would choose like a long enough video. The ones I'm linking below, I think, are like an hour 35, an hour 40, or something like that. And so it's kind of perfect. I'm usually able to achieve like a really long projection before the time ends. And it's exciting because at the beginning, you know, I was only able to do I had a couple longer ones that were like 10, 20, 30 minutes. But most of them were very short, just a couple minutes, a couple seconds. And it's hard to stay in your astral projection, not just getting the astral projection and separating, but also staying in that dimension, staying in that state is very difficult. But the more you like practice astral projection, you'll be able to stay there longer and longer and longer. My most recent ones have been 45 minutes, an hour, and I've listened to the same tape so many times that I kind of know when they say certain words how much of the video is left, because I'll sometimes like just hear something, like I'll catch a phrase or something, you know what I mean? And I'll be like, okay, I got an hour left. Like, you know what I mean? And so And then if I start projecting, if I start separating, my body starts vibrating right after that, then I'll know by the time I finish, okay, that was like an hour projection, like crazy. It's very difficult to like judge time when you're in that dimension, because you'll literally do a bajillion things and you'll come back and you're like, what, that was only like 5 minutes? You know what I mean? Like I just traveled around the universe and like saw my soul family and saw like 15 past lives and like traveled to like the most amazing places I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Like that was all in just like a couple minutes. So the time is different. It's not the same as here, but just mind-blowing. Yeah, you guys got this. Like it's gonna be amazing when you get it. Don't give up, because it literally took me probably 20 hours of meditation of absolutely no success, literally just a black void sitting there getting absolutely nothing before my next meditation, when I was literally like about to give up, I was able to separate. I have another video that kind of explains how I started all of this and some of my very first astral projection experiences, if you guys want to check that out. Another thing is, you don't want to eat or drink too much before you astral project. Not only does food and drink kind of ground you to this reality, I have been able to eat right before and still be successful, so I'm not saying that it's like impossible. But if you do have to like go to the bathroom or end up having to go to the bathroom while you're projecting, it can bring you back into your reality, because you'll just feel that pressure of like having to pee, and all of a sudden you're like waking up and you're like, oh man, I'm back in my body. But then you realize your bladder's about to burst and you're like, oh dang it. Like, you know what I mean? So just don't drink too much or eat too much before you astral project, because that'll be your highest rate of having success. Also, like if there's any loud noises that could happen, like I would try to put yourself in a space that's as quiet as possible. And if you have anyone else in the house, say, whatever you do not come in here and bother me. Don't come into the door. Don't touch me. Because if anyone touches you, it's over. You come straight back into your body. If you hear any super loud noises, it's over. You'll come straight back into your body. And once you're there, you know, you've worked so hard to get to that point. It's so incredibly frustrating to have that ruined. It's literally like walking on a tightrope and just like hoping that nobody blows on you. Like you're just like, I'm almost there, like please, you know what I mean? And then to maintain it, it's a lot, you know what I mean? It takes practice. It's not just something that is gonna happen overnight. For some people it does, because it is our nature. We're something we've done a million times. This is something that we do. That's our natural existence. So all we have to do is quiet this body enough to be able to connect with our higher self and let our higher self take over, and then boom, separate in your connection with source, love, infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom. So that is our natural state. We know how to do it. You just have to trust yourself to guide you, because you deep down know how to do this. You've done it a million bajillion times. When you're sleeping, we're doing it all the time. Your spirit body doesn't need to rest like our physical bodies do. So when you're sleeping, you're zooming around, having the time of your life, astral projecting. We just can't remember. That's another thing I talk about in my other video. There is quite a fog when you astral project and then come back into this reality. You have to kind of write down everything as fast as possible and sit there and recount your events over and over again, because it's so easy to just forget immediately what you experienced, just because moving from that dimension to this dimension, it's hard to bring that information back. But with practice, you'll get better and better. And when you're in the astral plane, if you're just kind of going over what you're experiencing and just putting it into your memory, and then right when you wake up, sit there and just go over everything you just experienced so that you can drill it into your brain, and then also write it down so that you can remember. That's like the best way to do it. But also a couple more tips. So when you're laying there in that state, so after you've done everything that I just said, all of those tips and tricks, and you're laying there, you want to completely eliminate your thoughts. You can let them pass, let the thoughts come, let them go. Try to get them out of your head as soon as possible. And then also the words that are in your video, if your video has words, I would try to tune those out as soon as possible, because you want it to be like a blank slate. It's almost like you're putting yourself into a trance, like almost like right before you fall asleep. That's when it's gonna happen, but you can't fall asleep, because if you fall asleep, it's over. For me, at least, that is what happens. I can't project while I'm asleep and remember. At least maybe I have and I just can't remember. But I have to be awake and project and then bring it back and remember like that. So you don't want to fall asleep, but you want to clear out all your thoughts. You want to be in a peaceful mood. If you have too much on your mind, it's going to be hard. Sometimes I'm laying there and I'll be laying there for like 30 minutes and I'm like, you know what, I just can't clear my mind right now. I have too many thoughts racing in my head. I have too much on my mind. I have too much to do today. I have too much to do this week. I just can't do it right now. So I'll stop my projection because I know it's just gonna be a waste of my time. I'm gonna get to the end of the hour and a half and have nothing have happened. So sometimes you can just feel your state of being, like, am I in a mood for this? Am I receptive enough? Am I calm enough? Am I able to clear my thoughts enough to make this happen? So that's the best way to do it. And then also, as soon as you feel those vibrations, that's when you know you're about to separate. The best feeling in the freaking world, because you know that you have reached success. Almost, because you can lose it at that point too. So when you're vibrating, just stay there. And you gotta just kind of picture pulling out of this body with your spiritual body. Like, you literally just are pulling out. And once you get out a little bit of your body, it helps to be able to, you can't move your real body. So this is your spiritual body and you're doing everything with your mind. But you're literally gonna twist and almost be able to roll out. That's a really good method, the rollout method, or even like trying to pull out. Also, something that I've literally just discovered recently in like my last 5 projections, I will ask for help from either my spiritual family or just anyone that's willing to help me in this dimension with, good intentions for me. And multiple times I've literally had somebody grab my hand and zoom me out of my body, or grab my feet and yank me out of my body and take me to a place. And it's just so cool. So yeah, that's happened to me like probably the last 5 times that I've projected. I've asked for help as I was separating because I was struggling to separate, and I had someone either grab both of my hands, one of my hands, my feet, and then yank me out of my body. So it's just so cool. And you set your intention to show me what I need to see right now. Like, what is the most beneficial thing for my spirit, for my being to see at this moment, or if you have a specific thing you want to learn or find out, or you want to meet your soul family, or you want to see who this person is in your life and who they were, or you want to see different past lives, or you want to see your mission, or you want to see what happened before you came into this reality. Like, you can literally ask anything, and if you set those intentions, usually you will go to that place. It is hard at the beginning to have any kind of say of what you're going to be doing in the astral plane. At the beginning, I was just kind of like whipping around, going to cool places, kind of just seeing whatever was given to me. And I didn't have like a say, but when I started putting intention behind it, I was able to start directing myself. Even now, even sometimes I'll have intention and then I'll end up like going somewhere crazy, and I'm like, okay, that's not what I planned at all. Like, that wasn't the answer to my question, but that was freaking awesome anyway. You know what I mean? So you can't always like decide what you want to do. Sometimes your spirit body has just other plans. Sometimes I'll like be trying to like get something really intentional done, and then my spirit body will literally just like have the best time of its life, like having so much fun and taking me to all these like amazing cool places. And like, it's just so crazy. Like, literally this one time, it's gonna sound so crazy, but this was one of the times I asked for help, and someone grabbed my legs and pulled me down super hard out of my body, and we're going so fast. I'm like, oh my gosh. And all of a sudden I'm in like deep ocean, and I'm pretty scared of that. So I was immediately like, whoa, like this is kind of scary, but just go with the flow. Then all of a sudden I see these 2 huge orca whales, and they're coming kind of like fast at me, but I was like, okay, chill. Like, I've learned that if I'm too afraid, then I'll lose my astral projection. So I just had to just release all fear, realize none of this can, affect my physical body. And at the end of the day, I'm immortal, I'm eternal, so nothing is gonna hurt me. I was like, okay, well, maybe my spirit body just wants to like swim with the whales, you know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. And then all of a sudden these whales get closer to me, and then one opens up its mouth and swallows me. And I go inside, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I see like all these people lined up, and it's literally like the entrance to like a club/restaurant inside this orca's mouth. And like, I like fly down and pass, I'm like, what the heck? And I go into this like amazing club, and like everyone's just sitting there having dinner, like so many different people. I'm flying all around. There's like these cute little girls over here like doing some like cute little dance with some like young girls, and like all this weird stuff. And I just was like, what the heck? Like, you just took me to a club inside of a whale's mouth. Like, what am I doing here? Like, you know, I was trying to get something done. Like, I was trying to get something, like, learn something about, you know, my mission and, like, my spiritual family and stuff like that. And you want to go to, like, the club in the orca whale's mouth, you know what I mean? But it was so incredible. Like, it was so amazing. And the experience was just mind-blowing. And I was just like, okay, this is not what I was trying to do when I was astral projecting, but this is what happened. And it was still just so mind-blowing. And I just know that, you know, my spiritual body was like, yeah, I gotta show her this club inside the orca's mouth. Like, so random, but it's just so crazy. Like, the things you're gonna experience, you're gonna just be like, like, what is out there, what exists, and just the things you're gonna see are just so mind-blowing. But yeah, so that is, like, there's the rollout method. You can also, if you're not going from side to side, you can also go forward or backwards. I've also done like a back flip, forward flip, side to side. That helps. And then, like, pretend like you're pulling yourself out, or you can ask for assistance. I'm finding that the asking for assistance is way easier and faster, and it's pretty cool because then they'll take you to cool places. I've never actually, like, been able to see the other person on the other side. I'm just feeling it, you know what I mean? But I'm excited for when I can see that. And it's also, like, you have to realize your senses will get better and better the more you astral project. Like, at the beginning, I couldn't see anything for, like, my first, like, 5 projections or something like that. It was just completely black, like, just void. I was just flying around, experiencing everything, like, being separate from my body. And then I got my sight, and then I got better and better. I could see clear and clear and clear. And then I started to be able to touch things. Like, I remember one time I had just left my body, and I was still in my room, and I went through my grass wall, and I was sitting there because I wanted to see if I could touch in my spiritual body. And so I put my hands on it, and I could just feel everything. And then I pressed through it, and I went through the wall, and I saw my dogs on the other side, and I was just like, oh, so crazy, right? Just so crazy. Mind-blowing. But yeah, so I think that these are, like, the main tips that I have for you guys that I've been able to come up with that have helped me the most. If you guys have any more tips, leave them in the comments below for everyone, and for me, because I would love to even get better at this, because it still takes me at least an hour in that space to be able to project. And I know that there's people out there that literally can project in minutes and don't have to sit there and meditate forever. So it'd be cool to be able to get there. I'm sure just with practice, that's what it's gonna take for me to get there. But if you guys have any tips to kind of speed up that process, or any videos that have worked for you guys, that would be awesome to just share, and we can create, you know, a space for everyone to get better at this. Oh, also another thing that is also kind of helpful, once you feel those vibrations and you're able to leave your body, sometimes you'll come right back, or after like 5 minutes you'll come back, and then you're like, oh man, it's over. But don't give up there. Try again, because usually when you're in that state and you already kind of made it that far, you can repeat it over and over and over again. Like, my latest one was like an hour, and I probably came back to my body like 5 times, but then I just sat there again, refocused, and left my body again, and the tingling happened. I separated again. I was able to continue my projection. And then if I ever got kind of like bothered or whatever, I come back, keep my eyes closed, just try to continue it, go back into my body, leave my body again. You know what I mean? So you can continue it when you're already put that much effort and put yourself into that state. It's almost like you slowed down your entire body to the point where you're already in this space where you're able to do it. So don't give up. Don't give up if you just come straight back to your body. Try to leave your body again. That's something that I didn't realize I could do at the beginning. So if I came back right away, I was like, oh, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, I should have just tried to leave my body again. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I'm gonna be telling you guys like more about things that I've learned and experienced in the astral plane, because it's literally limitless. You can learn anything, you can experience anything. The things you're gonna see and experience are gonna just change your freaking life. So don't give up. I hope these things helped. If you guys have any like ideas of things you want me to make videos about, or any comments or questions, leave them below, let me know, and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be posting a lot more about this stuff. This is what I'm really passionate about. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.